Hi, it's me again. Well, this is going to be a difficult conversation because it really is something that I don't want to acknowledge, and it's just something that I don't want anyone to take the wrong way just because it's a very, very sensitive conversation for many people. But I think that it's something that has to be discussed. You know, sometimes you just have to fight for what you believe in and fight for yourself, so to speak. You really have to fight to live and be the authentic person that you need to be. I mean, it's very funny when I think about my life and the journey that started, that really propelled me towards, the life that I really wanted to live. Although I sabotaged it to some point, I'm just trying to get back there. I always wanted to be someone who encouraged people and motivate people and things like that. And I really knew that it was within me. And I really had, a measure of success doing that. But it's so funny how, when I think about it, how I had to fight, really. I had to fight the external chatter and the internal chatter to really get myself rolling. And what do I mean by this? It's so funny how sometimes when I think about the classes that I attended to, get professional training as a coach, how I had to fight the feelings of inadequacy and, you know, this feeling was something internal, but I feel that it was also caused by external things that were happening that made me really battle myself and wonder about my sense of self-worth. I mean, this is not easy to confess, but this is all about being real and this is all about being authentic. Okay, so in the classes, I kind of noticed that usually when we had to do an activity where we had to get paired up together and then we'd have to have conversations with each other, it was kind of like I almost sensed that there was some kind of reluctance by the other person to get paired up with me because for some reason it so happened that I was the only different person in the class, and this is different by race and different by nationality and different by how I looked and different by my accent. And it's almost like I kind of sensed that the other person felt robbed being with me. Trust me, I'm not the least intelligent person in the group, but I just felt somehow that there was judgment on me, or someone kind of felt robbed by being paired up with me. And it really made me feel that I had to fight. I really had to fight to for my place in the class and to prove myself extra. I mean, I don't want to say this, but I'm just saying it to prove a point. And the point that I'm trying to make today is how to fight for your life despite the external chatter and the internal chatter, and get things done in your life. How to fulfill your dream and realize that you are valuable and that you are somebody and that you have a purpose in this world. And that there are obviously going to be obstacles on your path, but if you allow those obstacles to keep you down, then the road ahead can be very, 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 very disappointing. So you really have to learn to notice the things that are happening in your environment, to notice the things that other people are saying. But in spite of that, just keep going. Just keep doing what you have to do. It's kind of strange when you have to speak and address a group of people and have people kind of straining. You can notice they're straining to hear you, or just they decide that they're not going to hear you and they ask you to repeat yourself, and then they act like they're so confused by what you said somehow because it sounded different, or there's a different accent attached to it. So at the end of the day, they miss the point. They miss you, really, because of their judgments. But the thing is, even though you notice, or like I noticed, that some people really kind of imagined or kind of tried to diminish me because of how I looked, and how those thoughts that I had about how other people perceived me kind of, messed me up inside and prevented me from really standing up in my truth, and actually sabotaging myself several times. And how I really had to fight through the whole cycle of, what do these people think about me, and am I really like this? Is this the truth? Is this not the truth? How the fight and the internal battle and the struggle that I had, and how it really, really, all these experiences really helped to sabotage me for a long time. And the final realization that I had to fight for my life and for my dreams and for my goals. So what I'm basically trying to say is that in spite of what people have to say about you, in spite of how you feel about yourself, which really you should work on. You should really work on how good you feel about yourself, and make sure that you're the number one person in your life, and that you are thinking on a daily basis of how much value you bring to the world, and how wonderful a person you are, and how much you matter to others, and allowing yourself to give of your goodness to the greater good. You need to give of your goodness to others and serve yourself. As you serve yourself, by being good to yourself, you serve others by allowing them to come into themselves. The moment you stop focusing on yourself and focusing your attention on others, then you truly have overcome. You truly have. When it's no longer about you, you truly have overcome the external chatter. When you're really thinking, it's not about me, but it's what I'm doing to help other people, it basically means that you're not focusing anymore on what other people are thinking. You're not focusing on what you're thinking. You have managed to get rid of external chatter and internal chatter, and now you're able to bring your gift to other people. You're able to serve humanity in a way that's full of love and without judgment. So one way to really overcome the sabotage of listening to the conversations that other people have about you, and the conversations that you have about yourself that are keeping you down, is to serve others. Focus your thoughts and your direction on, what can I do for my brother? What can I do for my sister? What can I do for that person down the road? What can I do on a local or a mass level to help another person's life get better? And anyone who has truly managed to come to that point, to reach that point where they're helping other people in whatever capacity, has truly learned to overcome external chatter and internal chatter, and that point that makes them feel that they have no value. You truly have overcome when you get to that point. So always remember that you're a valuable person, and you matter, and you are somebody.